stretcher. Romo, spin, throw, end zone, caught!
In a play that you're going to see replayed a lot of times this week, losing his helmet. Prescott, touchdown!
Throws it down the field, it's caught at the 10, and this game is over!
Aikman, 7-step drop, throws it right for the goal line. Urban jumping, catching the 3, diving, touchdown! Smith at left guard, 35, 40-yard line, right on the mark!
He is going to go. Wheelchair back. He got it. Big opening for 20-yard set. Look out. He's got great speed. 99 yards. Puts it down the sideline.
He gets the snap, here comes an outside blitz. The pass is picked up and open field. Here comes Larry Brown to the 15. He's to the 10.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you fourth quarter. Cowboys trailing 27-19. Field goal attempt from the Lions is tried and true, and the Lions go up 30-19. We're going to finish this one out with you guys. Roughly about 12 minutes or so left in this one. CeeDee out with the concussion. Cowboys playing with fire a little bit too much of late with some of these comebacks, man. I think they got it in them. They can do it, I believe, but it sure would be nice to be on the other end. I mean, look, the Chiefs game, I think at one point I was double digits late. I guess we can't complain too much, but sure does feel like a rough night. It could change very quickly here over the next 12 minutes, depending on how the Cowboys finish this one out. But we're here. We're going to bring y'all the best live play-by-play color commentary we can. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll also be doing post-game as well, taking comments, taking questions. Appreciate all of y'all choosing Right on Rangers for all your Dallas Cowboys content. Let's do it. Let's say what's up. Brian, what's good, man? What's good? Look, obviously, you guys already know. Regardless, I'm going to go into each game with some confidence, give you the reasons why the Cowboys are going to get it done. I actually did have a feeling that the Cowboys would play well tonight, and I've been wrong thus far. I mean, look, I think that there's been some things that clearly haven't gone their way. You have a lot of penalties tonight. Don't really know what that's all about. You had a week to prepare for this one. Just a lot of penalties, really for both teams. But you had the interception right out of halftime. Dak throws a slant. It was a good play by the DB trying to hit Pickens. DB gets his hand in the cookie jar, pops the ball up, and, the rest is history. Not quite a pick six, but pretty close. That was a huge play. I mean, the Ferguson fumble. And then I want to even bring it back to a play that happened like right before the half, and I know that there was a little bit of debate online whether or not right before halftime, 50 seconds left, 55 seconds left, whatever it was, do you really kick the field goal in that spot? And at least, look, here's my thing with the field goal. Aubrey, of course, has been amazing tonight, but why not at least put the offense back out there on fourth down? It didn't look like we were going to get a timeout call. Dan Campbell did not appear to be calling a timeout until he saw the Cowboys kicking the field goal. I was hopeful that they were going to run the offense out there and actually go for it on 4th and 4. But I felt like giving the Lions the ball back with 50-plus seconds, your defense has not been killing it tonight, right? It's not like you've seen this defense just shutting them down left and right. They made a couple of stops here and there. But I did not love that decision. Again, if you're going to kick the field goal, fine. But at least leave the offense out there. See if you like the look. You can always call a timeout at the last second. But I think it would have drained more clock had Shoddy put Dak and the offense out there, at least even for some dummy calls. Detroit gets the field goal to end the half, and it kind of negates what you tried to accomplish on your last possession of the first half. Prescott is a fraud. Dak's actually, I feel like, played really well tonight. I think Dak has played outstanding tonight. I really don't understand beyond just being a straight-up troll hater. I mean, I get it. There's plenty of them when it comes to Cowboys, but Dak's actually, I think, played really well. He's thrown some beautiful, beautiful passes. Like he had one to Pickens that got called back. There were a couple of different offsetting penalties. I mean, Dak has thrown some beautiful balls down the field tonight. I think looking at Dak's performance, the interception, clearly if you're just box score cherry picking, you see the one pick. Don't really know if that's something that I would attribute to Dak. You put it right on the money, maybe a little bit telegraphed, but it's just a good play by the Lions. I don't think that by any means that play is a terrible throw by Dak. Just my 2 cents on that. I think Dak's actually played well. You've had some drops. You've had some ill-timed penalties. The Ferguson fumble. Just not great. Not great. All over these penalties every game. Did I think Dak got a... I thought it was a safety. I did think it was a safety. I really did. I thought that they were going to get the 5-3 call upheld. It must be that there's some other angle we're not privy to. I thought for sure Dak did not quite get all the way out. Cowboys at midfield right now, by the way. Flournoy gets about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Let me go to this one real quick. Albert says no pressure whatsoever on Goff. Jadeveon Clowney? Did we realize how impactful this man was? We're all locked in on Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark. Jadeveon Clowney? Feels like his absence has been pretty huge today. No Clowney and no pressure. Or at least, look, not enough pressure. It feels like they've actually gotten to Goff. Oh, wide open! Flournoy! Yeah, baby, let's go, Flo. And the Cowboys are going to pull within 4 points here. Within 5 points, excuse me. Going for the extra point or the 2-point conversion. We'll see what we got. It's 30-25. Wide open. Flo, number 19, baby. What happened on this? Good Lord. Goodness. Safety come down? Safety came down. Wow, that is a mistake. Who knows what the defense had called. Safety comes down. Flo gets past his man on the outside, and there is nobody within 15 yards of him. All right, here we go. 2-point try. I like it. You got to know what you got to get here. You got to know, are we 3-point deficit? Are we 5-point? Here we go. Dak in the shot. Dak in the gun. Looking. He throws it, and and it is a good try. Fergie, baby. Fergie. And the Cowboys pull within 3. Are we about to see another comeback? We got to watch the Eagles come back together, and that was a beautiful thing. Are we about to see another comeback here? Man, Cowboys, the comeback kids. I love it. Comeback Cowboys, baby. Does Flo deserve a bigger role? Hey, Greg, my guy, what's good, buddy? Love you, man. Thanks for hanging out. At this point, I mean, look, he's had his ups and downs. At the beginning of the year, I felt like he started off a little rough, but he is coming on. He's coming on strong. He's had a nice game. Like he had a great curl route, peeled up the sideline earlier. Looked just like George Pickens, honestly. Flo is working towards a bigger role. I feel like. I mean, at least you're bona fide number 3. I mean, if you count Ferguson, I guess throw him in there. But Flo got to be the clear number 3 at this point. Liking what I'm seeing from him tonight. Appreciate the comment, bro. Love you, man. What do I think about CeeDee? CeeDee Zane, he had a great game. I mean, I thought he was going to come down with that catch on the play where he actually sustained the concussion. I thought he was going to come down with it. I mean, that was nearly one of the best catches of the year. And when I saw CeeDee kind of turn his body back and get the hand up, I thought, bro is going to one-hand this and make one of the catches of the year. Wasn't meant to be, and he came down hard, hitting his head on the turf. Look, we take, obviously, injuries very seriously here on the show. I was more of a baseball guy growing up in terms of sports I played a little bit of football. I mean, look, I feel like for the old school people hanging out with me, and you even see CeeDee there, I think it's very precautionary. It looked like CeeDee was fine. I mean, he was kind of smiling, looked like he was walking fine. About 15, 20 years ago, CeeDee's probably still in this game, and he's probably pushing 200 yards by now. I mean, look, CTE, head injuries, definitely not making light of it. I don't want to get canceled here, but y'all know what I mean. Like even 10 years ago, this guy probably is still in the game trying to get 200. Seriously, for real. I thought it was a concussion when he stayed down. It definitely looked like he was woozy, but you snap out of it, you get back up. But at this point, knowing what they know, they're not taking any chances. I get it, but it is painful. Hence the point that was just made. Flournoy, man, he's stepping up and being that number 2 guy is huge. Come on, special teams. What are we doing? The special teams have been terrible tonight on this kickoff. I have no clue what is so special about what the Lions are doing. The kickoffs have been terrible for us. Terrible. I mean, look, I understand that the ball gets placed on the 35 if you kick it in the end zone. But it feels like every time Detroit returns it, they're getting something solid. They got to go back to the drawing board. I have no clue what is going on. Feels like they're getting out to the 40 just about every time. All right. So 3-point game. You can absolutely allow a field goal here. You don't want to, but you can. Just cannot have a touchdown at this late stage in the game. And we got a pretty nice stop here. We got a 2-yard gain. Looks like maybe 1.5. 9:35, by the way, left on the clock here. I mean, look, I'm saying at this point, you might think about just touchbacking it. I mean, 35-yard line is where it's going to come out to. They're getting it at the 40 just about every time tonight from what it feels like. Special teams, I mean, look, minus Brandon Aubrey. John, good to see you, my guy, by the way. Appreciate you. Beyond Brandon Aubrey. We're not talking about Brandon Aubrey when we say special teams. We all know this man is in a league of his own. So when we say special teams, we ain't talking Aubrey. By the way, Brandon Aubrey was it the opening? Was it I think it was one of the first kickoffs of the game. Aubrey giving the forearm shiver on the sideline. Did y'all see that? Like, what can't this man do? Bro, like, literally didn't rap, didn't do anything. Just gave the forearm shiver to the returner. Like, what can't this man do? Aubrey can do everything, man. He's on fire tonight. Big reason the Cowboys still have a chance in this one. O-line has definitely been a little bit suspect tonight. Look, the absence of Guyton absolutely making a difference. Absolutely. Man, this is another example, and maybe this flag is going to bail us out. This flag might bail us out, y'all, but another example of the line, just the D-line not getting there just a fraction of a second sooner. It feels like we have been so close to getting to Goff, and he just gets it off at the very last second. All right, what do we got here? Oh, roughing. Man, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. You got to keep them out here. At least make the Lions kick a field goal, man. That is a brutal penalty. The Cowboys have been so close to getting Goff a number of different times. So close. O-line, I do feel like has been a little bit suspect. I feel like Guyton, look, he's still coming along. Guyton is not 100% right now. I mean, look, health-wise, but also just being locked in completely, his best version. I don't think he's there yet, and I don't expect him to be. He's still a young guy in this league, but I think they're missing him a little bit tonight. They're missing him. Hey, Liam, appreciate the gifts, man. Thank you so much. Really generous of you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we got a 1st and 10. Gibbs dances around a little bit, and he's going to get about 4 yards on the play. We need a field goal here. Come on, D. A turnover would be getting a little bit greedy, I think, but can we at least get a field goal here? Yes, sir. Liam, my guy. Cowboys, Rangers, Mavs. That's my kind of person right there. Cowboys, Rangers, Mavs. I love it. Yes, sir. 2nd and 7 here. 3-point deficit for our boys. Goff is going to hand off here, and that's going to be 6, man. That is ridiculous. Where are the linebackers? Where are the linebackers on that play? It's right up the gut. Where are the middle linebackers? I mean, I got to see this replay. And look, in the group text, some of y'all know we got the Discord. I got a little group chat with some of my best buddies back from Texas. I said it to them. I'm like, where are the linebackers? Where are you, Kenneth Murray? Where are you on that play? That is ridiculous from Kenneth Murray. Ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. Kenneth Murray is driving me insane tonight. Every single time, that is what happens with Kenneth Murray, it feels like. I am with you, Michael. I'm with you. I thought maybe there was a hold there. Hey, Rangers, 1572. Appreciate you, man. I'm with you. Get Logan Wilson in the game. I don't know what Logan Wilson has done or not done. It's got to be on par or better than what we're getting with Kenneth Murray right now. That was ridiculous. Kenneth Murray is sitting there flat-footed. He is getting blocked by a lineman who's getting to the second level. Nowhere near where he needs to be. It's like, bro, are you just not reading it? Like, are you not seeing literally Gibbs coming right up the gut? What more do you need, man? It's a one-on-one matchup. Meet him in the hole and make a stop. It's ridiculous, man. I know I'm getting hot right now, but it feels like week after week you see this with Murray. I don't know what the Cowboys need to see. I don't get why Logan Wilson is not getting more reps. I really don't. Really don't, man. Secondary is absolutely suspect right now. Absolutely suspect. Daniel, appreciate the comment, man. Look, it's been trash tonight 100%, my guy. The Cowboys have to get a middle linebacker. For next year, they have to get a middle linebacker. Overshown is great. You guys know that's my boy. Texas Longhorn, former from a few years ago. Love Overshown. They need to get a bona fide, tried and true Mike linebacker. I'm talking your LVE, your Dat Win style. They need a tried and true Mike linebacker. Go get it in the draft. Whatever you have to do, get it in free agency. They have got to get a good interior linebacker. Anthony Hill would be phenomenal. If they could somehow pull off drafting Anthony Hill, I would die and go to heaven. Another one of my Texas Longhorn guys, man. If they could figure out a way to get Anthony Hill in the draft, wow. Winner right there. You won the draft already if you can get Anthony Hill Jr. from the University of Texas. I sure hope you're right on this one, man. I hope you are right. Jay Jets, man, it's possible. We could absolutely see some magic here late. Defense has got to get off the field, and you got to score quick here. You have to score quick. You can't slow play this one, and, there's 2 minutes left when Detroit gets the ball left. You got to go quick here. Draft another Texas linebacker. Yes, sir, Zach. Yes, sir. Tim, I'm always glass half full. Appreciate the comment, by the way, man. Good to see you. I'm always glass half full, y'all, but it's not good if we lose this game. It's just not good. It's not. I don't think it's over, but it's not good losing this game. This is a game you could have won, man. It just feels sloppy at this point. This is a game you could have won. Really unfortunate if you don't get away with the dub here. Turpin, nice little return, gets it to about the 34-yard line. Dak back in business here. Texas knows football, yes, sir. Glenn, what's good, man? Y'all are having a good game right now. Yeah, Big Pine, I'm with you on that. Big Pine said can't make a stop to save their lives. Feels that way right now. Feels that way right now. Oh, goodness. This defense, man, we thought we had turned a corner. I knew when I made that TikTok that I posted earlier today about the game tonight, I knew I was pumping up this team a little too much. I was gassing them up just a little too much, and I knew that they were going to let me down like this. And look, there's still time left. I ain't quitting. I still believe But this defense, man, 37 points allowed. We'll give them a break. You know, the interception right out of halftime, short field. You know, these 37 points aren't all on the defense. Special teams ain't helping with all of these runbacks that they're allowing to the 40, 45-yard line. It's a collective effort right now why they're at 37 points and we're at 27. But, man, the defense has got to show you something. Got to show you something. Never say never, my guy, although I appreciate you hanging out. Never say never. Never say never. Fumble and deflection was terrible. Fumble and deflection was horrible. The Ferguson, man. I saw a crazy stat with Fergie. Is it some? I think I'm not gonna get this perfect. I might nail this right now. Jake Ferguson's first 35 games, no fumbles. I think I read this earlier in the game. First 35 games for Jake Ferguson, 0 fumbles of his career. The last 25 games, bro has 7 fumbles. And now you're kind of wondering, is this an issue? Fergie had a bad first half. It really was pretty pathetic at the end. I was texting my boys. I said, get this guy off the field, pull head out of butt, take as much time as you need, and then come back in the second half ready to go. Jake Ferguson, just a very forgettable first half of ball, man. Very forgettable. I don't know, Shannon, if I want to blame this on fatigue at all. I appreciate the comment. A week, though, between Thanksgiving and when you play tonight, I was saying earlier, I wish that the Cowboys would have gotten that mini bye, if you will, and could have had maybe 3 extra days, not played till Sunday. That would have been nice. That would have been nice, but you still got a week. I don't know if I can give them the excuse. They played a lot of football in a little bit of time. I'm not saying it's not a factor at all, but at this point, I'm not sure if I'm ready to blame fatigue on the reasons why the Cowboys are not winning this game right now. Cheers from Northeast Ohio. What's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, y'all. Dak drops back. Plenty of time. He's going to get sacked. Jeez, Dak. That's on Dak right there, man. That is on Dak. You had plenty of time to throw that ball. That's a coverage sack. Dak, that can't happen. Man, Dak's had a good game. He's had a good game, y'all. I don't want to hear any Dak hate. He has really played a pretty nice game overall. Ferguson fumble. Shoot, even the pick, not really on him. You do not want to start the drive off with that. Goodness. All right, little play action here. Dak steps up, delivers. Great flow, baby. Flow. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down. Ryan Flournoy, man, he is on fire tonight. Really stepping up well in CeeDee's absence. 1st and 10. Picks up about 22 yards on the play. Cowboys are going to go hurry up here. Another slant to George Pickens. Who would have guessed it? Cowboys are moving quick here. This is what you need. This is what you need right now. Cowboys making this defense work. Dak is going to hand it off to Javante. Javante going to pick up the first down and then some. He gets about a gain of 7 there. Javante on the night, having a pretty good game. Javante, at start of the fourth quarter, was at 49 yards. He's at about 60 at this point. Averaging 4 yards a carry, has a touchdown. Javante's having a pretty solid game. Yeah, look, the throw was not great, but I don't know. To blame Dak that heavily, I'm not sure about that, my guy. We're going to blame a bad throw and Lamb coming down hard on the turf. Look, it's just a freak accident. It's a freak accident, man. I don't know. Yeah, the throw could have been better. We're not sitting here saying it was a perfect throw from Dak, but to say it's Dak's fault that CeeDee has a concussion, that's a bit of a reach for me. Bit of a reach, my guy. We'll have to agree to disagree on that one. Who's my favorite player in the NFL not on the Cowboys? I like Josh Allen a lot. Josh Allen, probably my favorite non-Cowboy. I've got a few, but that's probably at the top of the list. Schoonmaker with a nice catch, by the way, over the middle. 4:45 left on the clock here. Cowboys deep in Lions territory. They're at the 30 right now. Handoff. Javante, he's not going to get much. He looks like maybe you get 2.5, 3, something like that. Where is roughing the passer on Dak? Michael, I thought there was one that they missed earlier in the game. I didn't see the last one that you're talking about, but I thought earlier in the game, clearly there was some roughing the passer going on. 3rd and 8. I did not love that choice on the throw, man. That Schoonmaker was blanketed on that 2nd down throw. All right, here we go. 4 down territory. I mean, look, is it? Maybe you kick the field goal here. There does come a point where it's like we're deep enough in opponent territory. We got to go for it. I think they'll kick the field goal here if they don't get this on 3rd and 8. Here's a snap. Dak in the gun. Delivers. Wide open. Flournoy again. He's going to get 100 yards, man. He is going to hit pay dirt at this rate. Flo is having a great game. Hey, TLC. Appreciate you becoming a member, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Very, very generous of you, my guy. Thank you. All right, we got 2nd down here. 3:54. Clock stops. Man, you can get this back to 34, 37. Defense just got to make a stop. Just got to make a stop. Dak, 300-plus yards tonight. All right, we got 2nd and 3. Dak in the gun. Williams flanking him. Dak going to loft this one up. Blitz was coming. Did the right thing, getting it out. Not too many seconds wasted on that one. 3rd and 3. This is what I mean. You're getting down in territory. You're at what? The 10-yard line, pretty close to it. You got to start thinking about 4 down at this point. I don't know. We'll see how conservative Schottenheimer plays this one. I feel like he's played it a little conservative tonight at times. We'll see what he decides to come out with if the Cowboys can't convert here. Timeout Detroit. Okay. Must have seen something that they didn't like there. Timeout Detroit here. All right. We got a little time. Let me get to y'all on TikTok. What do we got? Go Cowboys, Gary. Appreciate you, brother. See what else I'm missing here. Appreciate all you guys hanging. Yeah, field goal, Michael. I don't feel good about a field goal. I don't feel good about a field goal right now at all. I think you gotta go for 6 here. You're this close. I mean, had this been at the 30-yard line, I get it. You're this close. Dak delivers. Oh, almost an interception. We might be getting a flag here on the Lions from what it looks like. Ferguson, that would have been a hell of a catch. It really would have been, but wasn't meant to be. Almost was tipped right into the arms of a Detroit Lion defensive back or linebacker. All right, what do we got here? Mike, what's good, man? I don't think they're done. I just think it's a lot harder path. The question was, are the Cowboys done if they lose? I just think it's a lot harder of a path. Hey, Jay Jets, appreciate this, man. Very kind of you to say. Means a lot. I appreciate you guys. Look, y'all make this more fun. Y'all really do. All the comments. It's awesome. Love it. All right. Big play coming up here. 4th down and 3. You got to make a big decision here. You bringing out Aubrey to make it a 7-point game, or are you going for it? Wow, that's a bad penalty. That is a terrible penalty, man. That's terrible. I'm in disbelief right now how bad that was. That was bad. I don't think it was anything. I think this is exactly what should have happened. It should have just been no flag at all. I don't think it was a flag on the Detroit defender. I don't think it was a flag at all. The fact that they threw a flag there, period, is weird. What are you looking at, man? It would have been 4th and 3 anyways. And they are bringing out Aubrey. Interesting decision. You're down this deep in enemy territory. You might think about going for this, don't you? I mean, I hear it. You stay in the game. We got to take the emotion out of it a little bit. I'm sure the analytics are saying to kick this one, but you're down this deep in enemy territory. The touchdown obviously needed to tie up the game, but I would maybe consider going for this, man. The defense has not been good. The defense has not been good. I know the game's over if you don't get it, Mike. I know it. It's just this defense has been so bad. I just do not trust them to get a stop. I mean, I could see them stopping, maybe getting a field goal, but I just do not see a stop. I hope to be wrong. I really do. I'm with you guys. Look, like I said, I'm trying to take the emotion out of it. I'm trying. It's hard. All right. We're back at a 7-point game. Back at a 7-point game right now. Whew. Bad beat for us, Ferg to Jen. That's for sure. That is for sure. Sad existence as a North Texas sports fan. Enjoy mediocrity. North Texas sports are having a bit of a tough time right now. Rangers got to pull their heads out. Cowboys have been looking great. Mavs have actually been playing well too. The Mavs are on a little bit of a roll right now. I don't know. Then again, as I always say, I'm kind of a low-key eternal optimist. So, look, it's always going to be a little better than what most people think. Appreciate all y'all hanging. John, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Brian, you're probably right on that. I just really don't trust this defense right now, and I hope I eat a ton of crow. Hope they prove me wrong. I just don't trust them right now. That OPI was terrible. That OPI was terrible. It shouldn't have been PI at all on either team. So the result really was the exact same, as if nothing got flagged. I have no clue why they called it, though. Absolutely no clue what they're seeing OPI there. It's just a no call. I didn't think it was PI on Detroit the other way. Just a no call. Hey, Glenn, appreciate that, man. Glad you're hanging out. This is what we do pretty much every Cowboys game. I would have loved to have gone live last week, but we were on the road visiting the fam, visiting the in-laws for Thanksgiving, had a great time. Had to watch the game with a bunch of Chiefs fans. It was kind of nice. I'm not like a big-time trash talker. It depends on who I'm hanging out with, but I try to keep it respectful when I'm with family, if at all possible. Sometimes at the end of the fourth quarter, I'm not going to lie to you, it starts coming out when the game starts getting down to the nitty-gritty. It just starts naturally coming out, but it was fun. Cowboys beating the Chiefs on Thanksgiving with some Chiefs fans in my family present. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fumble on the kickoff, watch, I'd be in heaven. Be on cloud 9. Especially this special teams unit that's been allowing returns to the 40 and 45 all night long. If they can somehow force a fumble on this kickoff, cloud 9. All right, here we go. 37-30, 3:42 left in this one. Cowboys have all 3 timeouts left, plus the 2-minute warning. And there's another return. I'm so lost for words right now what this special teams unit is doing. I'm so lost for words. Just have Aubrey kick it out of the back of the end zone. When are y'all going to figure it out? You haven't stopped this all night long. You've been giving the Lions great field position because of this terrible kickoff coverage team. This is bad, man. You're giving away the game with this field position. This is bad. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Need a stop. Ball nearly at midfield thanks to a terrible effort from our kickoff team. We're going to get a handoff here. Not much for Gibbs. He's going to get tackled. Maybe a 2-yard gain. Possibly. We need a little break here. Like, a holding call to make it, 2nd and 17. We need a little break here. I feel like the Lions are going to get into that no man's land, and then they'll be going for it in 4-down territory. I think you got to get a little break here. A sack, a fumble, a 10-yard penalty. It feels like you need a little break. Otherwise, Gambling Dan is just probably going for it. I mean, we know how this works. All right, 2nd and 9, 2:51 and ticking. Little play action. This is why I told y'all to go for the touchdown. This is why I told you to go for the touchdown. This is why I told you. This is why you go for the touchdown. Your defense can't stop anyone to save their lives. Cannot stop anyone to save their lives, man. Pathetic, man. Ravel has had a tough night. Bland, he's had 1 or 2 nice plays, but I'm surprised Bland still has his ankles. I know y'all saw that earlier. Amon-Ra St. Brown breaking them ankles off. Deron Bland trying to go up and get him on a comeback route. This is ugly. What are we challenging here? All right, what are we challenging here? What did I miss on my rant? Wow. So we challenged whether or not he went out of bounds. Okay. Seems like, I know time is of the essence right now. The Cowboys were hoping he was out of bounds to save a little time, but look, you got the 2-minute warning. The Lions are basically 1st and goal here. At this point, if they get close, you got to probably think about letting them score. I know it's not what you want to do, but I don't know. They're going to score. They're going to score at some point. It's kind of inevitable, isn't it? Special teams did kill us tonight. Absolutely killed us tonight. Got to stop them and just hope for a weird miss or a block on the field goal. Lions are probably going to try and score this, knowing them. Fire Flus. Yeah, he's looking better. He's looking better over the past few weeks, but tonight feels like what we saw at the beginning of the season, doesn't it? All right, here we go. Ball on the 13-yard line. Did they just let them score? That's got to be they just let them score, right? Like they had to just have said, let the guy score. That was terrible. I don't know what else to say beyond the plan must have been just let them score. Right? Right? That was terrible. If they were actually trying to defend there, that was terrible. Defense, man. Defense, baby. Look, anything can happen. 6-6-1. Look, you can win the next 4, go 10-6-1, and probably get in. But yeah, I think you pretty much got to win out. I don't think season over. I don't think season over at all. John, what's good? Dude, you're the biggest homer. That's like a compliment. I don't understand. Like, what do people expect? Just everybody that talks sports on TikTok to be totally objective and not have a team? It makes no sense to me. But it all depends on how you set it up. I've never set this up trying to be objective. If anything, the exact opposite, man. Die hard Cowboys fan, die hard Longhorns fan, die hard Rangers fans. I don't get it. But I guess cry about it. I don't know. 10-6-1 is like a 50-50 shot at 7th seed. Yeah, 10-6-1. I didn't say it absolutely gets it done. I do think if you're 10-6-1, you probably get in. I don't think all the other teams. I think somebody's going to slip up. It's a very thin margin for error. Very thin. Definitely not saying it's money in the bank. It's extremely thin margin for error. All right, here's Turt returning it out. He's at the 25. Cuts back. Couple of nice cuts. And he's going to get smashed into the ground there. About the 31-yard line. If we do somehow make a comeback, that would be insane. I think that it's pretty unlikely at this point, but I'm riding it out. We're not ending the show early, that's for sure. Cowboys are going to need a miracle, though. I don't think they did let them score either. That was just sad, sorry defense. I mean, it almost is better, feels better if we did let them score. Here's a deep ball, and Pickens not able to connect with it. It's going to be 2nd and 10, right before the 2-minute warning here. Cowboys, by the way, at the 2-minute warning, will have 2 timeouts left. They're going to need to score this one quick and get an onside kick. It did kind of look like he gave up a little bit on that, McJ, but, you know, who knows how that one would have worked out. All right, here we go. Dak dropping back, fires over the middle. Should have been caught. Should have been caught. Jonathan Mingo. That's appropriate. Jonathan Mingo on the field and drops it. Stephen A. is going to be laughing tomorrow. That is for sure. It's been a while. It's been a while. Stephen A. hadn't been able to clown on the Cowboys too much over the past month, but I'm sure he will be tomorrow. That's for sure. Mingo needs to get off the field. Like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? Typical Cowboys can't win the big game. I mean, to be fair, they just won 2 in a row, my guy. And look, every single game, you're not going to go undefeated most years. Cowboys just dug themselves a bad hole. I'm going to go back to the loss to Arizona at home on Monday Night Football was just brutal. It was just brutal. That loss to Arizona at home, that to me is what I'm always going to go back to. I don't think anybody expected the Cowboys to beat the Eagles, Chiefs, Lions back to back to back. I don't think anybody expected that. So a loss like this doesn't shock me. It's disappointing, but you beat the Eagles, you beat the Chiefs, you had a little 3-game win streak. It is what it is, but you got to be close to perfect the rest of the way. It wouldn't be a show without a Cal Raleigh comp, honestly. It would not be a show without a Cal Raleigh comp. All right, here we go. Dak drops back. Man, nothing doing here. It's kind of falling apart late here. That's 3 plays in a row. I mean, there's been pressure. Dak just not able to find anybody. 4th down. $1:55 left. Last gasp. All right, Dak in the gun. Williams flanking him. I'm sure Detroit's bringing the pressure again, man. Little slant to Pickens will do. What was up with that whistle? They blew the whistle on that. It wasn't even down. 1st down, though. Flow again. Little premature whistle there, man. No way. I mean, look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, y'all. It's not... It's a long shot they win this game, but this reffing crew, interesting tonight. That's all I'll say. Very interesting tonight. Yeah, I see this one being reviewed, and they're going to call this one a first down. He's right there. I think they're going to give it to him. A lot of weird calls tonight, Kyle. I'm with you. I think they're going to give him the first down here. I mean, look, I thought they were going to call safety, though, on Dak, so who knows? Nothing's going to shock me. Like I said, y'all, this game is all but over. I'm not going to cry about this call, but it should be a first down. First down. Here we go. I don't think you burn the timeout here, do you? Yeah, I was about to say I don't think you take the runoff there. I mean, I think you do take the runoff. I mean, I don't think you take the timeout there. You got to save those timeouts. You got 2 left. Need a quick score. Really do. All right, here we go. Dak sitting back. You got Javante back there for a block. They just keep bringing the pressure. I mean, they are daring Dak to beat them in the one-on-ones. They are bringing this pressure, y'all. Dak going to connect with Terp. Terp down the sideline. And he is going to get into Lions territory. That's what you got to do, man. They're bringing the pressure like this. You've got to make one step up, one step to the left or right, and deliver to one of the guys who's most likely open. It was Turpin right there. They're going to bring this much pressure. You're going to have favorable matchups in the secondary. You are. All right, 132. Clock stopped with Turpin going out of bounds. Dak drops back, steps up. And looks like it is caught by Ferguson. Another flag. Shocker. Another flag hits the ground. I'm about to say, they better not call that on Fergie. They better not. All right, first down. Great catch by Fergie. Yeah, that's brutal. That's brutal. All day long, man. And he still caught it. Come on now. Let's get a score here, man. Let's make this a ball game. Make it interesting. Dak, he's going down, man. He is going down. Get up, Dak. We got to run a play, baby. Another sack. Now, the tackles have had a day today. Tackles need to flush this game out of their system. They have been getting beat on the edges all night long. Steele, he's been getting beat. Yeah, just bad, man. Steele, both tackles, not good. Not good at all. Just frustrating. Here we go. 1:18. Dallas did call a timeout there to stop the clock. Here we go. Dak dropping back. Got a little time. Interception? Wow. That'll do it. Frustrating loss. That's all I can say. That's rough. Looked like Flo had it for a second. Just couldn't secure it. They might review this one. I think it's going to stand as an interception. Thomas and Steele have just had a bad night. They just had a bad night, man. Defense is trash. I'm with you on that one, brother. Lights were a little too bright. Look, they won 3 in a row. Raiders, Eagles, Chiefs. Would have loved to have get this win in Detroit. Would have just been so nice, but wasn't meant to be. That's going to be it. 3 turnovers tonight. That's the difference, isn't it? 3 turnovers. You had the 2 interceptions. You had the fumble from Fergie in the first half. Brutal. Cowboys going to drop to 6-1. Not totally out of it. Not totally out of it, but at the same time, your margin for error is just so thin now down the stretch. Cowboys are going to go play the Vikings next weekend. Then you go play the Chargers. There's some winnable games. Don't get me wrong. There's some winnable games, but it feels like you got to win out. I don't think that 9-7-1 is going to get it done. Feels like you got to be 10-6-1 for this to actually have a chance getting to the playoffs in January. I don't see 9-7-1 getting it done. I did say I thought the Cowboys would probably finish this year 9-7-1. But, yeah, going 9-7-1 I don't think makes the playoffs. Appreciate all y'all. Yeah, with you on that one. Lewis, appreciate you. Thanks for the comment. They do need a lot of help at this point. They need a lot of help. David, good game, man. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the win. That was a terribly officiated game. Terribly officiated game. Alex, appreciate you, man. How about them Cowboys, Tony? Hey, 3 wins in a row. You finally drop one to the Lions. Wasn't meant to be tonight. It was a great run. It was a great run. Our defense is absolutely a mess, man. Absolutely a mess. I hope Dak asks for a trade. Dak, you know what? He was running for his life tonight. I really don't blame Dak for this at all. I think Dak actually had a pretty good game. The linebacker core minus Overshown, and then the DBs. I think that is the big focus. We cannot cover anybody. And the only reason why we had success over the past 3 weeks, in my humble opinion, is you just had a relentless pass rush, right? You had Quinnen Williams, you had Clark, you had Clowney, you had Osa. You had a relentless pass rush that forced quarterbacks to get rid of the ball before they wanted to, and it benefited the DBs greatly. Greatly. I think tonight, Goff, look, he was pressured. He was hurried a little bit, but had time. And if you give quarterbacks time, these DBs are going to get eaten alive. And that's what happened tonight. The DBs just got eaten alive. There were way too many just wide open, nobody close plays from the Detroit Lions, man. Frustrating. Really frustrating. Ty, what's good, man? Hey, look, I'll say this. We got to give Nate Thomas a little bit of a break, but bro did not make the most of his opportunity tonight. We know that Tyler Guyton was out with an injury, and hopefully he'll be back soon. But Nate Thomas stepping up in his place. Nate Thomas was not good tonight. And Terrence Steele was not good tonight either. And that's why I really don't blame Dak a ton. Dak, to me, was running for his life tonight. I mean, you're constantly worried about footsteps, guys coming from the edge, not wanting to get destroyed. I don't blame Dak at all. Dak had probably about 2 seconds before the pocket started breaking down tonight. There were a couple of times where Dak did have time and held the ball too long. Was he perfect tonight? No, he wasn't perfect tonight. But I think defense, the DBs and the linebackers, probably the place you got to look. Special teams, especially the kickoff unit, was not great tonight either. You had Detroit setting up shop at the 40, 45, or 50 nearly every time you kick the ball off to them. That is not going to be a winning recipe when the other team has to go 20 yards and they're in field goal range. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. The terrible OPI changed the pace. Justin, that might have made a difference. I don't know. I do think the decision to kick the field goal there, 4th and 3, was a little suspect. I probably would have gone for it there. At least you give the defense an opportunity to hold a field goal, and then you're only down 6. I didn't love kicking the field goal there. The defense was just not playing well enough to hold a 7-point deficit. I know some of y'all were saying, don't deflate the defense. We don't have to go back and forth about it. What does it matter at the end of the day? But I just thought to myself, when they decided to kick the field goal, 4th and 3, you're down 10. It's like they're going to score. The defense was just so terrible tonight. I had no faith after we made it a 7-point game, kicking the field goal on 4th and 3 late in the fourth quarter. I had no faith that the defense was not going to give up a field goal or give up a touchdown. Does Turpin know what a fair catch is? Yeah, Turpin, he had some decent moments tonight, but yeah, that fair catch, bungle, gaff, not good. It hurt when we lost Lamb. Tristan, good to see you, man. I agree. Not having CeeDee Lamb for the comeback definitely hurt. Definitely hurt. Detroit only had to average 50 to 60 yards all game. Yeah, again, kind of my point there, right? When the special teams, when the kickoff team is allowing Detroit to set up shop at the 40-yard line or better every single time, that's just not going to go well. That's not going to go well. That was a big factor tonight, I think. It's one that isn't going to show up necessarily in the box score. I mean, you can dig deep and find it, I guess. Let me say this, it's not going to show up on the highlight reel, but the fact that Detroit started pretty much every drive at the 40-yard line, big difference. Brian, I'm kind of with you on this. We were saying it during the show. You might as well just have Aubrey kick it out of the end zone every time and start in the 35. Clearly, he's done well with these kicks where you make the other team have to field it. Maybe it was just an off night for the kickoff team, but that was bad. That was not good at all. Got to go and get a linebacker in free agency or in the draft. Got to go get a linebacker. You have to upgrade interior linebacker, and you've got to go get a DB. You've got to go get multiple DBs. I'm feeling it right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling it right now. I don't want to go scorched earth. Right now, I just want to burn down the whole thing when it comes to the linebackers and the DBs. Keep Overshown. It feels like everything else, let them go. Start from scratch. Keep Overshown and literally get rid of everybody else. Kenneth Murray was bad tonight. You know, those of us, I know some of us have been around the game more than others. I mean, Kenneth Murray's job on any rushing attempt is to fill the A and the B gaps. Fill the A and the B gaps, dude. Step up and make a stop. How many times did you see Kenneth Murray on his heels getting blocked by a lineman who is getting to the second level? And he's nowhere to be found. Multiple touchdown runs today. Kenneth Murray is getting pushed out by a lineman, not even filling the wide open gap that Gibbs and Montgomery are running through. It was bad. It was bad. And I don't know what Logan Wilson has done. I don't know what he hasn't done, has or hasn't, to get more time on the field. But at this point, give me way more of Logan Wilson. I will live and die with Logan Wilson versus Kenneth Murray. Like Logan Wilson, he's been in a Super Bowl. He's been one of the better linebackers in this league. I know that maybe he's trending downward a little bit. I'll live with Logan Wilson. I do not understand Kenneth Murray continuing to get more reps than Logan at this point. Maybe Kenneth has got something nasty over this coaching staff. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I think it should be Logan Wilson out there getting more reps. I'd much rather lose with Logan Wilson out there getting a majority of the snaps at this point. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. 59 is garbage every game. Feels like it. And look, I love these guys, man. I mean, I don't root for anybody to fail. Y'all know me better than that, but it's bad. We got to call it like we see it. It's not good. We have got to start over at linebacker. Overshown's fine, more than fine, but we've got to get a bona fide number one middle linebacker, man. We've got to get better in the interior at the linebacker position. Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you. Thanks so much. All y'all that have followed, thank you. I see a few of y'all. Appreciate you guys. Look, we got obviously A lot of people showing up that don't normally. This is how it always goes, right? Y'all know the drill. Cowboys lose. We get a lot more people showing up after the wins. Yeah, same people, nowhere to be found. We know how this goes. Cowboys won 3 in a row. You felt like tonight was a winnable game, and I think the Cowboys could have won this game had they cleaned things up a little bit offensively. They didn't execute as well as they needed to. A number of other things we can point to. This game could have been won. Lions are not a league above the Cowboys. I didn't feel that way. The Lions gave up 30 points tonight, and the Cowboys turned it over 3 times. The Lions are not in a great place either. Again, you're giving up 3 points with 2 interceptions and a fumble as well. I mean, the Lions did not do well against this Cowboys offense. Imagine if we wouldn't have turned it over and executed better. We probably would have put up 45 or 50 on this team. Like, the Lions are just not a cut above, in my opinion. This is a game you could have won. The season's not over, but the margin for error is so thin. I feel like you got to go 10-6-1. You got to win 4 in a row. You got to win 4 in a row. I know it's a tall order. I don't think 9-7-1 is getting it done. Defense definitely dropped the ball. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one for sure. Stephen A is going to have fun with this one, but look, are we really going to credit Stephen A? Bro, I know picked us like one time. I think he picked us against the Eagles. Otherwise, Stephen A, man, he is just going to go with what gets the most clicks. You know how this goes. I will watch Stephen A tomorrow just because it always brings a chuckle to my face. So many people, Cowboys just living rent-free in their heads. Stephen A is one of them. Come on now. Dallas Cowboys for life, baby. This game is definitely not Dak's fault. I know he had a couple of picks. Look, if you're just cherry picking the box score, yeah, you're going to say Dak had a bad game. If you watched every down tonight like I did and like a lot of you guys did, I know a bunch of y'all are diehards like me. You watched every snap tonight. Dak was throwing a beautiful ball tonight. I mean, Dak had a number of beautiful deep balls down the field, down the sideline. Yeah, he missed a couple here and there for sure. Definitely wasn't perfect, but feel like Dak actually had a really good night throwing the ball. And I think things just started piling up. You had some bad luck with the Ferguson fumble. You didn't execute. You had to settle for some field goals here and there. I think that the offense, absolutely a lot of room for improvement, but I don't blame Dak for tonight's loss. Picks were kind of lucky bounces. You know, Ryan Flo should have had that last one. There's no way that should have got taken away from Flo. Flo had a great game, so it bums me out that he kind of had to end on that note because Ryan Flournoy actually had, I think, a really quality game stepping up for CeeDee Lamb. But the interceptions, I mean, Dak put that right in the breadbasket of Pickens on that slant play. It's a great play by the defender to get his hand in the cookie jar. That last interception, again, another one where Dak puts it right in the gut, and it ends up taking some weird bounces and interception. Dak, I think, actually had a pretty good game tonight. This is all on the defense and the special teams, particularly the kickoff team, allowing so many yards every single return. Special teams, man, one of my good buddies that I work with, he's a special teams coach for a high school team in town, and he and I always joke, man, special teams. There's so many times you look back on a win and you can pinpoint special teams plays that made such a big difference. The fact that the Cowboys gave up felt like 40 yards on every return. Pathetic. Pathetic. Both of those interceptions absolutely should have been caught by the receivers. I'm with you on that one. Jeff, appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out. We haven't been the same since Dan Quinn left us. Look, I do miss those Dan Quinn defenses. I know y'all do too. Those Dan Quinn defenses were fire. Straight fire. It feels like ever since Dan left us, it hasn't been the same. I mean, everything backs that up too. That's definitely not any kind of deep take, man. It doesn't take much. You just scratch the surface a little bit. Definitely Dan Quinn makes such a big difference with this unit for the few years that he was with us. Again, I really don't know how you watch the entire game and you say to yourself, that was Dak's fault. I mean, at this point, let me be objective right now. If you think tonight was Dak's fault, if you think the Cowboys lost this game because of Dak Prescott, you're just a hater. That's all you got. That's all you got. You can point to the 2 interceptions, cherry pick the box score. We all know. If you watch, you know exactly what happened on those interceptions. Dak basically threw 2 footballs right in the gut, and they were fluky, lucky. It wasn't like he was telegraphing anything right to somebody. Dak actually, I thought, threw the ball pretty well tonight. When the defense gives up over 40 points, I have no clue why you're going to the QB as the first person to blame. Makes no sense to me. You're going to the QB when the defense gives up 44 freaking points. Come on now. Yeah, that one deep ball, Aiden, I'm with you. That one deep ball and in that final drive, it felt like GP kind of slowed up a little bit. I know some of y'all said that too. Look, it probably wouldn't have made a difference in the game, but Dak threw a couple beautiful deep balls tonight. There was another one to Pickens earlier where there was PI. It would have been a touchdown 100% without the PI. Cowboys committed some offsetting penalty, and it didn't even matter. But Dak had a couple of beautiful throws tonight, just beautiful. The defense gave up 44 points. Come on now. Dak, I think it's going to be tough to overcome 44 points allowed, man. 0 pressure, Estrada. I'm kind of with you on that one. Yeah, you're right. There was a hands to the face, Ryan. You're right on that one. Estrada, though, you nailed this one. There wasn't enough pressure tonight. And when we did get pressure, it was like just 1 second too late or half a second too late. It's like somebody was getting close and then Goff gets rid of it and somebody's wide open. Look, with Goff, if you can pressure Goff, he becomes very human very quickly. And I know my Lions fans in the chat hanging out, you know this. If Goff gets pressured, any quarterback, this isn't some kind of, philosophical, crazy, awesome, nobody else has got it take. You pressure any quarterback, they're going to get knocked down a few pegs. Goff, though, especially, if you can get to him, he gets flustered, and you don't now have the vision sitting back there, looking at the whole field, watching your boys run wide open against this terrible secondary that we have. Goff just did not get pressured enough tonight. Yeah, it was bad, man. Lifter, appreciate you. It was bad. Dave, great comment here. There were way too many 3rd and longs completed. Just couldn't get off the field tonight. Could not get off the field tonight. Chris, I did say favorite non-Cowboys, probably Josh Allen. I just love the way he plays the game. Remember watching him when he was at Wyoming, just a hard-nosed player. I'm a big Josh Allen fan. Look, I don't want to see the Bills do anything special. Don't get me wrong, but I like pulling for Josh. Rookie corner, Revel. Yeah, Revel was not good. Revel, my bad. Been a long day. Revel was not great. He got smoked a couple of times. Full Metal, there is a chance. I think you could probably get in at 10-6-1. I think there's a shot. But nevertheless, you're going to have to be darn near perfect to make it happen. You're going to have to be pretty much perfect. All right. What do we got? Offensive PI was absolutely BS. Joe, good game, man. Enjoy the win. Dak's 13th year and still has 0 Super Bowls. 13th year? Bro, you need to go back to math class. 13th year? Y'all think Dak is in year 13? Come on now. Was that a safety? Remy, I thought it was a safety. I thought, yes, it was a safety. Look, we're talking about being objective. Objectively, I think that was a safety earlier in the game. In fact, I really don't understand why it wasn't. They do have some crazy views that maybe we don't have access to, but I thought that was a safety for sure. Can we get Ferguson off the team? Fergie had a rough first half. He came around in the second half a little bit. He had a rough first half. Yeah, Dak ain't in his 13th year. Dak's first year was 2016, y'all. 2016. We're on year 10 right now. We're in double digits, but we ain't on 13. Better luck next year, like always. We'll see. Man, crazy stuff happens at the end of the NFL season all the time. Y'all know this. Crazy stuff happens every single year at the end of the year. I think the Cowboys got to win out. I don't think 9-7-1 is going to get it done. I think you got to go 10-6-1. So we'll see what happens, but I absolutely feel like you got to win every game from here on out. Can the Cowboys do it? Yes. I think you look at the schedule, and we're going to look at it right now. I do think the Cowboys have an opportunity to win out. And look, call me a homer, call me delusional, whatever you got to do. I think you look at this schedule and you say to yourself, winnable games ahead. Winnable games absolutely ahead for the Cowboys. You look at their game next week, you're playing the Vikings. That's going to be Sunday Night Football, by the way. So Cowboys get a little mini bye. 10 days off here. Cowboys going to get a little mini bye. I think that game is going to be a win. You play the Chargers at home. I think they'll beat the Chargers at home. It's really those two divisional games that I got my eye on. I do really feel confident. They beat the Vikes. They beat the Chargers. Is Jaden Daniels back for that Commanders game? What is the Jaden Daniels injury situation anyways? Let me see if I can pull it up. It's really those two divisional games that I worry a little bit more about. You're on the road in D.C. You're on the road in New York. Or in the Meadowlands. Sorry, I know it's not technically New York City. You know what we mean. But those two games worry me a little bit more than the out-of-conference, or, for the Chargers game, out-of-conference. For the out-of-division games, the Vikings and the Chargers, I think they can get it done. I think we can go 10-6-1. Those two games at the end of the year are going to be, I think they're going to be tough ones. I think those games will be tough. Appreciate y'all. Dreaming again. I don't think it's dreaming to say the Cowboys beat the Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, and Giants. Come on now. That's not dreaming. Chargers, Vikings, Commanders, Giants. Yeah. Lifter Dave, look, I don't know if Dak is worth $60 million a year, but I will say this. I watch a lot of football, and I know y'all do too, and you see some terrible quarterbacks. I don't know what it is this year. Even last year I was starting to feel this way, but just taking the perspective of, man, elite quarterbacks just do not grow on trees. And Dak, I think, is working his way to the upper echelon. I think he understands the game very, very well. A lot of former players, former QBs have complimented him on his command of the field when he's out there, directing traffic, directing the troops, audibling, changing plays. I think Dak cerebrally is one of the best in the game. Now, getting it done, executing, sure, you can argue that. I think cerebrally, Dak is probably top 5 without question. Just knowing the game and commanding the field out there. I do think Dak is overpaid, but a lot of quarterbacks are overpaid at this point. I would rather have Dak than some of the other messes that some of these other teams have, man. We went through the list. I think y'all were there when we did this. A couple of y'all were there after the Eagles game. We did, where does Dak rank all the quarterbacks in the league? There weren't many quarterbacks that I would take over Dak at this point. I think Dak is a top 6 quarterback, probably top 7 at worst. I don't think he is any lower than 7. No lower than 7. If you go through, I really don't think this season you're going to find 7 quarterbacks that you'd rather have over Dak Prescott. List them out. I mean, put them in the chat right now. 7 quarterbacks. You think there's 7 quarterbacks better than Dak right now? Check it. Super Bowl bound this year? Maybe. Now I just got to stir the pot. Y'all make it too easy. Maybe. He's 4 overall in fantasy. I mean, Dak always puts up numbers. 2 picks today. You didn't watch the game. If you think 2 picks today is your takeaway about Dak, you didn't watch the game. Both the throws that got intercepted, Dak literally put it right in the breadbasket. And then fluky stuff happened afterwards. That's not on Dak. It's not on Dak at all. Keep on going. Appreciate you guys. Back to reality now. Yeah, Gio, our defense is back. Yeah, the sacks aren't really on Dak, though. The tackles were getting blown by all night long. Lions fan, he's overhated and is definitely top 5 when healthy. I mean, I wasn't even saying top 5. I think he's very, very close. I mean, again, we list him out. I don't think you're going to find 7 guys that you'd rather have over Dak. Why did they trade Parsons? Wanted more help with the run game. Micah Parsons, not really a run stopper. I mean, look, I think you look at a game like tonight where you didn't get a lot of pressure and you do miss Parsons a little bit. But by and large, I don't think the Cowboys are in any different position. You let me know if you disagree. I don't think the Cowboys have a better record with Micah on the team. I don't think that he's worth a win or two. I don't think it would be any different this season. I think the Cowboys would probably have just about the same record. Just about the same. Pickens, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on with Pickens tonight. I guess he was due for an off game. I don't know what was going on with him. Allen, Mayfield, Stafford, Hurts, Mahomes, Darnold, Daniel Jones. What? We got people saying Darnold over Dak. Oh, my goodness. I think I just threw up in my mouth. Come on now. You don't have to put that in typing, bro. Darnold over Dak? You got to be kidding me. Daniel Jones over Dak? Now you're just being funny. Come on now. Wow. Darnold over Dak because of 2 good years? Not even 2. A year and a half, and we're saying Darnold over Dak? Give me a freaking break. Come on now. Come on now. Wow. That's a disgusting choice over Dak. Darnold, 1 good year plus 2 good months this season, and we say Darnold over Dak. Okay. Y'all have him. Joe Burrow over Dak? I could go with Joe Burrow over Dak. I will go with Joe Burrow for sure. Drake May having 13 good games. You'd rather have Drake May over Dak. Come on now. I mean, the knee-jerk reactions are wild. I mean, look, everybody was trying to say CJ Stroud over everybody a couple of years ago. Come on now. I'm not crowning Drake May after 13 games in the league. Come on, baby. Don't do it. Don't do it. Please. Y'all are going to be looking very foolish thinking that these guys are going to stay good forever, man. A lot of these guys have 2 or 3 good years, and that's it. Y'all know it's true. Darnold over Dak. Come on. I can't even believe that. Dak over, you would rather, Ultra, you're killing me. Bro, you've watched Drake May play 13 games. 13 games, and you'd rather have Drake May over Dak. Come on, dude. That's a ridiculous take. Ridiculous. I don't even understand that one. Dak's a good quarterback, man. Bonnie, you're right. The first season was awful, though. Right. I mean, I'm actually glad that I got corrected on that one. The first season from Drake May was awful. Take Drake May. Take Drake May, please. Please. Take him. Ultra, I flipped that comment right back to you, brother. You got to be trolling. 13 games, good games this year from New England, and you want Drake May over Dak? Come on, buddy. No. Caleb Williams over Dak? Absolutely not. Caleb Williams is a Ben Johnson product. I don't even know how you would argue that. Caleb Williams was terrible until Ben Johnson got there. Ben Johnson will make the worst quarterback in the league look good. Come on. Caleb Williams over Dak? No. Ben Johnson over whatever play caller that you got currently. But no, Caleb Williams not over Dak. How is that not a safety? I actually do feel like this is actually a comment worth discussing. Like Jared Goff, I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. But I think we're all seeing Jared Goff highly benefited from Ben Johnson's system, just like Caleb Williams is. Absolutely. I did think it was a safety, by the way. I really did. Really did. Drake is going to the Super Bowl. Okay. I will gladly eat crow if Drake May wins a Super Bowl. Gladly. But no. I don't think the Patriots are winning the Super Bowl this year. Happens all the time. Just because a team has a good regular season doesn't mean it's getting all the way done. Goff is way better than Dak, always has been. Disagree. I think we're seeing Goff was a bit of a product of Ben Johnson in the offensive system. I don't know how you deny that, honestly. He won't win the Super Bowl, but they're going. Y'all think the Patriots are going to the Super Bowl? I don't see it personally, but that's just me. Lights get too bright for some of those guys. I don't think they're getting to the Super Bowl. I don't think Drake May is getting to the Super Bowl. Y'all are saying he's going to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. Good game from a Lions fan? Yeah, I'm sure it was. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett over Dak. Now y'all are just making me laugh. As a Lions fan, Dak is better than Goff. I do think that Dak is better than Goff. I don't think Jared Goff is a better quarterback. Now, I think Ben Johnson is a better play caller than Shoddy. And so from that perspective, if you had Ben Johnson and Dak together, I think you would have an incredibly elite offensive system. Like Ben Johnson just turns any quarterback into a good one. Period. I do think that Goff at this point is definitely not trash. I don't think he's mid. I think he's up there. I think Dak is better than Goff. Keep going. Bunch of y'all are just Dak haters. I can't even take you seriously. You just hate Dak. I get it. Just say you hate Dak. I'd respect it a lot more. Trying to argue Drake May over Dak is wild to me. Bro's played like 13 good games. Was terrible last year. Played 13 good games this year. And suddenly he's the best thing ever. Come on now. Yeah. Y'all are driving me crazy. Just say you hate Dak, please. Like, just say you hate Dak. I would respect that so much more than some garbage take 1 year of good Sam Darnold and we're saying bro's a top 7 quarterback. No thanks. No thanks. Dak is a beast. I got to get off the Dak conversation. I know some of y'all, we could probably go back and forth all night long. I love Dak. I think that if we actually moved off of Dak, I think that there are some dark years ahead of us if we don't have a safety net, a backup plan. I'm actually worried when the Dak years go away. Yeah, Dak needs help. He needs help. Dak is not a guy that's going to do it all by himself, man. He's not going to do it all by himself. But it's funny to me, Dak, finishes second in MVP a couple years ago. You know what? Actually, the best point I heard on Dak is, and then I got to wrap up the show. Shoot, we're getting late. Think about how many different play callers Dak has had. Like, think about all the different play callers he's had over the years. And bro, almost with every single play caller, finds his way into the upper echelon of offensive production almost every single season. And I'm sorry, NBA to me has always felt like ring culture. I know a lot of people bring up Super Bowls with Dak. To me, the NFL has never been about ring culture. NFL, you've got guys like Marino that are regarded as all-time great quarterbacks, never won a Super Bowl. I don't see Dak as being not a good quarterback because he hasn't won a Super Bowl. A lot of quarterbacks aren't going to win a Super Bowl. Doesn't mean they're not good. And Dak, every time he gets a new play caller, still manages to be one of the top offenses, one of the top quarterbacks in the league in terms of numbers, in terms of production. Sure, they haven't gotten to a Super Bowl. No, they haven't been to an NFC championship game. But it is pretty wild to me that you pretty much put any play caller with Dak, and he somehow finds a way to become a part of one of the best offenses in the league. And that's what the Cowboys offense is this year. We'll see what happens. Appreciate all y'all. Not a Dak hater. Goff just better. I think Goff's come back down to earth without Ben Johnson. I really do. Appreciate you guys. Next week, we got a week and a half off here. Vikings game. Vikings, by the way, you look at what they've done of late. Struggling a little bit. J.J. McCarthy, I know he was injured. They were going with some different QBs back there. 4-8. Really a game that you should win, and you should win comfortably. You're playing at home. Vikings got some guys. I mean, they've got some guys that can play. Jay Jettas, you got Justin Jefferson to worry about. You got Addison out there. You got some good players on the Vikings squad, but Cowboys should win that game. You're at home. That should absolutely be a game you take, improve to 7-6-1, and then you're on to play the Chargers. You got a couple home games back-to-back. Cowboys got to make the best of it. I think that the Cowboys can win these next 4 games. I really do. It's not going to be easy. Is it going to shock me if they drop one? Absolutely not. But I don't look at these next 4 games and think impossible. I really don't. I don't think impossible. Ultramodern, you know I love you, dude. I appreciate you hanging out. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, appreciate your support of the show. You've been somebody that's been around for a while, man. So you're my guy. Appreciate you. Y'all know, I know some of y'all are coming in like brand new, but it's all a part of like the fun of being a fan. That's why I love doing this. I don't want to be in some echo chamber where everybody agrees. I wish people learned how to disagree more. I actually enjoy the debate. So all y'all, I'm not taking it too seriously. I appreciate you guys. You're making it a lot more enjoyable for me to do these shows. All the comments, the good stuff keeps it fresh. So thank you. Seriously. Who's in the Super Bowl this year? Man. Besides the Cowboys? Look, I have a pretty grounded opinion of Dallas. I think even if they were to get in, Super Bowl is not something that's coming to my mind right away. But they've got a decent squad. They've got a good squad. They've got to get better in a few areas. I'm going to go still in the AFC. I like Josh Allen and the Bills. I do. I know that they're a flawed team, but I just like the heart. Josh Allen and the Bills would probably be a team that I think makes it pretty far. And then in the NFC, it's a crapshoot, man. Seattle, I don't know. It's hard. It doesn't feel like there's a ton of dominant teams in the league right now. It really doesn't. I'm not buying the Pats. I know that y'all are big time huffing on the Pats. Not me. No. I'm not thinking Pats going to the Super Bowl. Cowboys rule. Amen, brother. Dak hasn't proven anything in his career, 10 years, and not one NFC championship appearance. It is a team game, isn't it? It's a team game. So for me, Dak obviously has left some things on the table. I think what you could point to is in the playoff games, Dak has not always been his best self, and clearly that's led to the losses. But it is a team game. Dak can't do it all by himself, but he's got to be better in the playoffs, no doubt. No doubt about it. Bro, I'm a fan of the team. Of course I am. Of course I am. Didn't we have this discussion earlier? Some of y'all get on here and you're expecting like objective analysis. I mean, y'all see the hat I'm wearing. TikTok, y'all see the shirt I got on. Why y'all expecting like some objective, 100% objective analysis? Come on now. It's a Cowboys channel. I mean, look, y'all, I'm sure you could go and find some worse takes out there. I know some of y'all were giving me crap about my Dak takes. Keep bringing it. I'm sure you can find worse Dallas takes out there. I'm sure you could. But this is a Cowboys channel, man. Of course, we're always going to give it that Cowboys spin. You want objective, boring, no rooting at all? I'm sure there's something else out there. And y'all not going to offend me. Not going to break my heart. But I'm glad you're hanging out. I'm glad you're hanging out. Appreciate you guys. All right. Hey, next week, we will be live for that Vikings game on Sunday. By the way, all of y'all that are brand new, we also cover the Texas Rangers. We cover the Texas Longhorns, Dallas Mavericks, and, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. Probably with the Longhorns being off this championship weekend, maybe we do a live on Sunday for the selection show, seeing how everything shakes out. Maybe we go live Sunday. We'll definitely be live next Wednesday to talk all the Texas Rangers offseason that we can. So we do every Wednesday Texas Rangers offseason show, and then every Cowboys game, we're live, win or loss. Is what it is. No fair weather here. And I appreciate that about all y'all too. Thank you so much for all the support tonight. Thank you for everybody that followed. Appreciate all the comments. We're going to sign off for the night. We've been on for an hour and 30. Wish it could have worked out differently. Wasn't meant to be today. On to next week. On to the Vikings. Love y'all. Hope you have a good weekend ahead. Maybe I'll see you over the weekend. I'll probably drop a couple of videos between now and then. Appreciate you liking and commenting on those when you get a chance. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. Good Friday ahead. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Cowboys.